what? Time out. I'm like, I didn't want to call my mom a liar because that's disrespectful. Nah. What's up, y'all? It's me. Taking a video today. We'll talk about something important, something that got me, weird thing when I saw it. I was just checking on my friend's Snap because I was bored. It was like middle of the night. Everybody's sleeping. I couldn't go to sleep. I was tired. Or I was tired, but every time I tried to close my eyes, I wouldn't go to sleep. I went on Snapchat and I went to the news part of Snapchat. And when I went on it, it showed XXXTentacion death caught on camera. And I didn't want to watch it because I felt like it was disrespectful. Because it's bad enough that I saw the snap where somebody recorded his body in the car. I didn't really want to watch that because I felt like it was going to be disrespectful. And already my brain started like as soon as I saw the snap, it's like my head started thinking about X, like his face is like in my brain. So I was like, oh my gosh. I didn't want to click it. So I didn't. But I just pressed it anyways. Like I didn't want to watch it. I was gonna go on YouTube and watch like probably Wildin' Out or Lennar Young or something like that. Somebody I love watching like Caleb City. I was gonna hop off of that. But I just pressed it anyways and I watched it. And it showed X at the dealership all just looking like any other person walking around in these streets alive. He looked okay, he looked fine. And then immediately I'm like, dang, man. And then the dude was just talking, he was talking about just moments before X's passing. Immediately I was like, no, do not, please. And then immediately there was a camera and it showed the footage of the two dudes leaving the van or the car, doesn't really matter, and they were shooting X and his hand or arm came out the window and started flailing out. And immediately I just started losing my mind. I could not focus, and I walked out my room. I kept on walking around the house and I was just scared. I was like, and looking at that makes me more scared, especially when I grow up more to walk around the streets because anything could happen. And when I watched that scared me to a level where I do not want to go outside anymore, you know? And it's not like I always go outside my house. I'm literally always home. Like I didn't go to church today. I'm home, you know? And I don't usually leave the house. Judging by me not leaving the house, it's not a normal thing to leave the house. And when I leave the house, it's either because I'm going to school, I'm grabbing something from the store for me and my brother, or just for me, or I'm pretty much going to my mom's car. So yeah, I don't really go farther out. Like my friends, they go to the mall, they chill, they go out to Brooklyn, start playing around. They go everywhere they want to because usually their parents, they care for them but let them go out. My parents are a little bit cautious when it comes to me leaving the house. They tell me about anything could happen. I can get shot, I can get killed, I can get kidnapped. You know, all that stuff has been going on. And seeing X's death caught on surveillance footage had me in a completely different mindset. I started being a little bit scared for not only me, but my younger brother and my cousin Jojo, because he's 1 year old. I started feeling scared for a lot of other people because this could happen to them. I found out about X in 2016 when he just started to blow up. The first song I ever heard of him was "Look at Me," uh, but I knew about him because my older brother, told me about him, and like my brother kept trying to keep me away from X because people would think that he sold his soul to the devil. He's demonic, or he's just a negative person, and you can't listen to X because it doesn't work like that. But the more he kept on telling me not to listen to X, the more I kept on doing it. So yeah, I wasn't really the biggest X fan because first I didn't know how to pronounce his name right. I called him XXXTentacion. Like I just kept on messing up, and I started watching more of his videos and listening to his music and seeing how energetic he was, but also was a little bit scared. And what pulled me away from X was his fighting videos, like how he would fight and what he would do to people, the way his movement of his hands and the way he injures people. It scared me, and I didn't like watching X anymore. But then the more he grew, that's when I started to like him even more because what I loved his music, but I didn't like the things he did until he changed and I made everything better. Uh, a couple weeks before his death, I always wished that if I ever become famous or known in any type of way, that one day I could probably meet him if I ever can. Because X, before he died, he talked to a bunch of different people. Dante, Cuff Boys, there's so many different people. It's ridiculous. Like that person knows X. That person knows X. I FaceTime X. I played a Fortnite game with X. All that. They all know him. And it's crazy because I was like, if all these people knew X, maybe I have a chance of meeting him myself. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, and he passed away before I could even become big, and I'm still not even big now. So yeah. Uh, so his death was caught on footage during court, where the dude that followed him in the dealership was talking, and they finally showed the footage. Uh, Usually footage from court, sometimes they keep it in the court, but they put it out for people to see his death. This is a bad thing. I don't like how, first off, he died and he got killed for no apparent reason. And in the whole entire video, after he got killed, the people that murdered him went in the car, took his Louis Vuitton bag, and just ran back in the car and drove off like nothing happened. Yes, they were rushing and one of them fell, but this doesn't really matter. The fact of the matter is they killed somebody who didn't deserve death. Although X did have problems with wanting to die and was struggling a lot, he still changed and he made people's day happier. So the fact that he actually is dead and it felt like it was just last week that he died and not 3 months ago, really, it's a big thing. People still make X videos. People still talk about X. Dante does things with X. New music coming out, and all these new musics always have X on the track singing or doing a verse. And I like the ones where X is singing because he said it himself that he's not just a rapper. Because people, especially people who don't listen to X and people who just do X videos for views or on the news or whatever, they all say rapper XXXTentacion, where he's really not a rapper. He is like a huge majority of different things, and he puts that into his music. He's not just a rapper, he's also a singer. He puts a little rock and R&B, whatever, all that into his music. And if you ever heard Falling Down, with Lil Peep and X, two musicians that passed away, you can understand that X is not just a rapper. He's a completely different person than people think of him. So, seeing the footage of him actually dying really puts me in a whole different zone. People would say that like X is overrated, do not listen to him. I didn't really care what people said because they don't listen to him. They only heard one of his songs. They haven't heard all his other songs. They never know where he was from, his story, the reason why he feels that way. You can't judge somebody off of what you saw one time, you know? And yeah, so I just kept listening to X. Now, I wasn't the biggest X fan. Like, I did always want X merch, or I always wanted to, like, X this and X that. But I still didn't appreciate X as much as I always wanted to. Like, I never talked about X every day. X was just like a person I would listen to on a down low for like my own personal needs. Like if I'm not feeling well, or if I'm tired, or nobody's there, I'll just listen to X. And I stopped listening to X the second time he got arrested in the middle of his career. I stopped listening to him because, his music wasn't coming out. And I was just like, you know what? I'm done. You know? And when he got out of jail, I kept on listening to his music. And it's crazy because not only did I listen to his music, but my little brother did. And my little brother didn't listen to X's, old music where he had the blonde and black hair and talking about all this bad stuff, He listened to the music that X started making after he got arrested, after, like when X was changing who he was. So seeing that changed everything, and I really enjoyed it. And since I enjoyed it a lot, that made me talk about X more than I used to. And after he died, though, I first heard about X's death when I came home after leaving someplace with my dad. I think I had a haircut, or I went to somebody's house, and I came back home, and my mom had my little brother's phone, and she went on his phone to do something, and CNN, he got a CNN notification on his phone, and my mom said, "Oh, rapper XXXTentacion died, like got shot, killed." Like, and I was like, what? So at first I was thinking that it was probably YouTube. My little brother searched it up because my little brother would be searching the most randomest stuff. So I'd be like, "Oh, Jeremiah, did you search up a stupid thing like that? X is not dead." Then my mom showed me the thing, and it was news from actual CNN that X got killed, and I was like, "What? Time out. You're." I'm like, I didn't want to call my mom a liar because that's disrespectful. But just looking at the CNN thing, I was like, this has to be April. This has to be like a joke. Even though it's not April, there has to be a joke, right? I'm like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, people die, but X dying? That really didn't make any type of sense. And the fact that he got shot and killed, that also didn't make sense to me. I was like, who has beef with X? Who would kill X? There's no... And then my little brother started saying, "Oh, maybe the Migos killed X." I'm like, the Migos wouldn't kill X. Like, I know they had beef with him and all, but like, the Migos wouldn't go that far just to kill him. And then I went on Google and I searched up, is X killed? Like, X is conditioning on death. And it showed that he did die. It said that rapper shot today, 9 hours ago, in Florida at motorcycle dealership, shot and killed and robbed. And I was like, that's odd. My brain wasn't developing. It felt like my brain paused for a second. It felt like I wasn't there. I didn't know what to do with myself. Um, I didn't really think that it was true. I was surprised to see, and I felt like I was nothing. I felt like I was floating in the air. I didn't feel like anything. It was just hard to believe. It was unbelievable. I felt like a blank page. I had no emotion, no thoughts, no words, nothing. I was just like a mannequin at a mall that you see through the window. Finally, I went back to reality and I said, he's dead. I had a little tear come on my eye. When my little brother was also confused doing this. I went to my older brother. I said, X is dead. He said, I know. Leave me alone. And I was like, of course, my older brother always does this. He always gotta act so rude to me for no reason. Always gotta give me attitude, you know. But then I was like, is he also mourning? Or is this the same everyday Armani that makes me feel bad, you know? Like, always has to give me an attitude for no reason. He was mourning, and apparently, my mom don't listen to X, and yet she also felt bad. My dad, he heard X one time and thought he was bad, but my dad also felt bad for his death because black on black crime is not something my family really likes, you know? Because a black person, especially a young black person who is the same age as my oldest brother Tyrone, and he's younger. My brother Tyrone is turning 21 this year, but he was 20 the day X died. He's still 20 now. But the fact that they're only 1 year apart, and the fact that X is younger than my older brother, is scary because we lost people like Trayvon Martin, um, Tamir Rice, and those were just police brutality. But we also lost young black men from other young black men, which is also really, really scary. And the reason why people always want gun violence to be, like, shut down. They want guns to be taken away. No one should have guns. That's what everybody's saying. And yet, no one's done anything about guns, which is dangerous. And I didn't want to make a video about X's death the day or the day after he died because I didn't want views off of somebody who passed away. Like Michael McCrudden, he made 3 X videos in one day, and all of them got millions of views. So I didn't want to stoop to other people's levels who use X's name for views. I was like, I'm a small YouTuber. I'm not using his name for views. I'm not gonna tolerate that. Okay, and since I didn't tolerate that, I didn't do it. And I did this video to give my insight on his death and the surveillance footage. And it's not okay, man. It's not normal. It is normal for seeing young black men or people period getting shot and dying. It's a normal everyday thing. People die every day. But seeing somebody who's controversial to a lot of people, and the fact that he changed his ways and spent like thousands of dollars for kids and needy. And I know people do that all the time. Celebrities do that all the time. But somebody who lived a hard life and yet found a way to change his ways, even though he was involved in so many things, is not something you see every day. Imagine if changed his ways and saved somebody from getting shot, or like became like a human shield for like a bunch of police officers by blocking all of them from getting shot, like Luke Cage or something. That's that's something you don't see every day. And X, through his state of mind before, that wasn't something people liked watching. But since he changed, mad people all across the world started loving this dude like more than they love themselves. And that's something that he said himself. He loves all his fans more than he loves himself. And that's something that a lot of people will remember. So yeah. Rest in peace, rest in paradise to Jasheh Onfroy. And if God is good, then hopefully X's son would would successfully be born. And the baby's gonna be born without any problems or anything like that. So yeah. I would say, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I would say, please subscribe. Even though I want people to subscribe to this channel, that's not something I would say in a video this serious. So yeah, you don't have to subscribe because really that's just asking for. That's just me getting what a lot of other people always wanted off of X videos, to get views and subscribers. So if you enjoyed this video, me giving my insight, then yeah, thank you. But yeah, so